Why, hello there, and welcome to the first installment, the pilot episode of Ed Von Ded, Beaten on the Street. We're here at 3rd and Santa Fe in the Arts District of Los Angeles, California, on a wonderful day to not be wearing a shirt. And we're here, and we're going to try and find and interview as many people that love Rick and Morty as much as we do. Why, hello there. Yeah. May we interview you?
Sure.
Awesome. Excellent. Did you just get back from seeing the Rick-mobile?
Yes, we did.
So tell anybody who doesn't know anything too much about Rick and Morty, give me a general idea. What do you think Rick and Morty, basically, in a nutshell, is about?
The show or the
whole show, yes.
Well, it's a parody on Back to the Future. It's about a grandpa named Rick and his grandson Morty go on crazy adventures that don't involve going back in time. They don't want that at all. It's different dimension stuff.
Because it makes more sense. It just makes more sense. Do you have anything to add to that at all? Anything at all?
No, I just want to say I squanch my family.
Squanch my family as well.
Yeah.
All day, every day. Always.
All right.
Thank you so much. It was awesome getting to meet and interview both of you. Okay.
Bye, guys.
Awesome. Good start. Anyways, yes, we are here trying to find out as much as we can about the infamous Sick and Snorty cartoon, whatever that may be, and we're going to do our best at breaking it down and getting all of the gritty little goody bits, all the tasty stuff that you want to put in your mouth and leave there until it's in your belly. All right. We ride. I'm seeing a lot of things that I don't quite understand. Most of these things, they're building a building over here, and it's quite noisy. The noise levels are just unacceptable for recording, in my opinion, but that's just me being a stickler. We've got a... Can somebody point me in the direction of the humanoid bus? Can somebody tell me where the human bus is? Where to go to find the bus that's shaped like a person in a lab coat? Help! Excuse me, would you mind if I interview you very quickly?
What do you need?
I just need to know, what exactly is that on your shirt? I notice it's a pickle, but it has a face.
Pickle Rick.
Pickle Rick, I see. We're here, actually, because the Schmickmobile over there is here, and we need to know as much as we can about this very interesting extravaganza that it has become in the last few seasons, apparently.
Yeah, there was a lion at 9 o'clock last night, apparently.
Right. I did hear some rumors about the line.
And then 11, it got a little bit longer. And then since then, people are taking about 3 hours to get to once they open up. So,
insanity.
yeah.
That is crazy. And all just to see a car that looks like a human being that isn't even real.
Exactly.
That's amazing. The dedication of some people.
Yeah, and they sell
it's
out of most of the items in probably the first
they
hour.
had items
so they just have
for sale.
t-shirts.
Oh no. I don't want one of those, that's for sure. It's far too hot for that, for me today at least. Now, my last question that I have for you,
Alright,
what
go
do you
ahead.
think of this lovely jewelry that I have here?
It's interesting.
Do you like that? Would that be something that you think that your lady friends might enjoy, possibly?
I don't
Something that they might be interested in, maybe?
It's up to them.
Well, of course it is.
Yeah.
It's their world. It's what they choose. But do you think that they would appreciate something like this from someone?
Would you appreciate something like this?
Would you?
There you go.
You think this is hip? This is cool? Yeah.
And the trendy
It's not
side of
metal.
it?
It's not gonna give
wait.
you that like.
Give me 1 second.
Hold on. Give him a second.
All right.
Awesome.
Tiny Rick.
Tiny Rick.
All right.
So here we are once again. We're getting ready. We're here with my good friend Christian, and I'm going.
Jenny Jordan.
Jenny Jordan.
J. Jordan.
J. George for
Yeah.
short. and they just got back from the Schmick and Schmorty show as well. They got to see the Schmickmobile, and they got to get swifty with all of the fun fans and stuff.
Teamwork's in the house.
And they've told me that they were unfortunate enough to only find T-shirts left over. People apparently really were camping out here.
Slim pickings.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. If I'm not mistaken, that's how the saying goes. It's ridiculous. And so what are your takes on the show exactly? How do you guys? What would you say? General synopsis of what you think the show is all about.
I mean, it's my favorite show. It's everybody's favorite show.
It's everybody's favorite.
It's so smart and it's so funny.
It's got a lot of good humor to it, and it's also educational on some sort of level.
Yeah, life educational.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And very relatable characters.
Yeah.
Morty's my guy.
Absolutely.
I wish I was a genius.
Yes.
Totally.
I think we all feel that way sometimes,
right?
especially when we're stuck in traffic. Man, I really wish we didn't have to be in all of this traffic.
We have a new kindred spirit, it's like Rick.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Kindred Rick.
Yeah, exactly. We all think we're kindred Ricks,
Absolutely. I concur full-heartedly with that statement. Well, I have one more question for you. What do you think of this jewelry that I'm wearing here today?
I love the jewelry, but I'm more like the body paint. I'm a big fan of the body paint.
I concur.
Was that Kirby at one point?
I like the
was
face
actually
makeup a lot.
supposed to be a skull, but I think my vest might have messed
looks
it up
Kirby
a little
now,
bit.
which is tight.
It does look like Kirby, actually, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that. That was a good Kirby.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Cool, man.
Sick.
Heck. Well, good. I'm glad that I got to interview you both. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks,
it.
dude.
Jay George, thank
Have
you
a
so
good
much.
night.
You guys have a good one. I feel like I might have met them before. That was a little awkward. Who's the Let Me Out dance? Who's an actual Rick and Morty fan in this fucking line? Come on. Who knows the Let Me Out dance? Anybody? Does anybody know the Let Me Out dance? Someone's got to have balls enough. Someone's got to be a Rick in this fucking line here to have some balls and say, I know the Let Me Out dance. Who here knows the Let Me Out dance? Anybody? Anyone at all? Why are you all standing in this line then? What is the matter with you people? It's very simple. You wave your hands around, you scream, let me out, and there's a few other words. Let me out dance? Hello? Let me out! Let me out! This is not a dance! Nobody remembers that? None of you?
I don't know.
Does anyone know how the Let Me Out dance goes? We need volunteers for the Let Me Out dance while you're wasting your time in line. You look a lot like one of the creators. Can I interview you?
Yes, he does.
Awesome! Awesome! Got it? Good. Okay. Hello, we're here with Justin Roiland himself. That's right, we found him. He was trying to impersonate a nerd with a beard, but now we got him. So tell us, what's it like working on the show with Harmon?
It's pretty great when he's not being
You sound nothing like yourself today, by the way.
I need to cut down. I was smoking a lot.
It's true. It's true. You do have a bit of a rasp going on.
Yeah, sorry.
So what would you say is your favorite part about your own show, Rick and Morty? What would you say is the part that reaches out and touches your heartstrings, personally?
I would say it's the part where every character kind of is the main character of the show, and you're supposed to just watch them all in their own lives, just playing out, seeing how each one creates their own scenario every time, over and again, over and again.
Absolutely. It's almost like a vicious circle, and it's sort of a treat to watch somebody not
amazing.
as real as you to go through the same things you're going through, and you get to see a new twist on how they handle the situation. And sometimes maybe it can help you in life, right?
Yeah, it's
Look at
great.
you did a great job.
I've done great.
You're doing great. You make Pop-Tart commercials.
All right.
You're a cool guy. Anybody know the Let Me Out dance? Let me out. Anyone? Get swifty, my friend. Get swifty. Here we are on location, Rick and Morty style, keeping it Rickless, being a bunch of Rickless bastards here, and we're here with my good friend. What did you say your name was?
James Bobby Douglas Reed.
James Bobby Douglas Reed, and he's here with us today, waiting in line for the Rickmobile, and at the moment that I saw him, he just happened to be Hold, please.
Right here.
Hold, please. He just happened to be. He just happened to be the last person in line, to my knowledge. What does that feel like after finding out that people have literally been camping out here?
I'm not so bothered by it. I mean, I'm bothered that they waited for a long time, but I'm not bothered by that I'm the last person here. Yes.
That you were the last person. You may not be later, but you are for now the last person in line for the Rick Mobile. And so what exactly is it that really drew you out here? Was it the car itself, or was it the possibility of merchandise to purchase special from them, or what exactly drew you to this event? Other than obviously just Rick and Morty.
My friend's here, and I wanted to meet new people.
Well, there you go. Well, you've done a very good job of that. My name is Ed Von Ded. It's a pleasure to meet you, good sir. And what
nice
is
to meet
your...
you too.
Thank you. What is your favorite part, would you say, about Rick and Morty? What really reaches out and touches your heart about Rick and Morty the most as a show?
Oh my God. It actually makes an effort among everything else.
Absolutely.
Did you hear the Emoji Movie came out today? It's already the worst movie of the year.
I wouldn't doubt it for one moment.
Oh, it's worse than everybody expected. By the looks of it, it looks like I'd rather watch Pub Mall Cop 2.
Oh, that's a low blow for the Emoji Movie. You hear that, poop emojis? John Stewart, wait, what? Who was it? Patrick Stewart, that's right. They got Patrick Stewart to be the poop emoji. You hear that, poop emoji, Patrick Stewart? You're gonna take that from this wise young man who knows more about movies than you do, taking that? Just take it. Why not? You're old. Fuck.
You're savage.
I know. Well, we make a good team, you and I. See, you attacked first, and then I went in for the last... I slit the throat of the whole film, and I even used their biggest star. So fuck them. But, okay, so, what is your favorite phrase, I get? What is your favorite catchphrase of Rick and Morty?
Wubba lubba dub dub.
Wubba lubba dub dub! The classic, the one and only. The I am in great pain, please help me. I love it as well. It's one of my all-time favorites. That's Birdman actually explained that in the last episode of the first season.
That internet meme wasn't lying. You
Yep.
actually say that when you don't want to feel it another way.
When you don't want to
I thought
feel
that
another
internet
way.
meme was joking. Oh.
Yep. It just fucked your mind, didn't it? Just blew
No,
you
no.
away.
My mind was ruined by Rick and Morty when the episode when he was it the 6th episode when he used a growth rate to make the guy the size of the U.S. That was
the Anatomy Park one, I believe.
That was really taking it to the next level for me.
I agree. That was definitely one of their finer moments there. Making a giant dong going through middle America like that is the Midwest of America, I should say.
How did he even clean up the raining blood? This country can't even clean up itself.
I know, right? After BP happened, what then? If the whole entire human being the size of America exploded and all of the viscera was just raining down like it was, then absolutely we would be swimming in that for years.
No, I got nothing.
What do you think about the idea of what do you think they're going to do with the Morty? That storyline wise, at least, what do you think they're going to do with the Morty that got away in
Morty?
The evil Morty? Yes.
He's
What do you think that's all about? What's your theory on that?
Well, considering that Rick has just killed off every other Rick in from all the other universes, I feel as if that's going according to some kind of plan. Although I forget. Why were the Ricks trying to kill Rick right after he got out of jail? Like, why was it that time?
I'm not entirely certain myself. I'm not going to lie. I've only seen so much of the show, most of it actually, up until its more recent episodes with season 3 just coming out and all. So I know pretty much only as much as someone who's seen the last episode of season 2 so far. I've tried not to spoil it for myself, even though it was on the internet everywhere for months now.
Oh my God, that's what happened with Doctor Who, and I thought my friend knew about it, and I just spoiled it again. Oh wait, you already knew.
And what do you think is better? Did you like Doctor Who and then Rick and Morty came along and that became your new thing, or are you still a Who fan? Like, are you still a Whovian?
Oh my God, I haven't. I literally left off at Prisoner Zero Has Escaped.
Okay. Well, it's been a pleasure getting to talk to you and getting to interview you. Thank you so much for your time.
Nice to meet you too.
Awesome. Glad that you've accomplished your goal today, coming out and meeting new people. Here we're going to ask some people some random questions about what they would rather be doing instead of standing in this line. Excuse me, may I ask you a question, sir?
Oh, perdón, no hablo inglés.
Oh, well, that's fortunate for you, I guess. It's What about you? May I ask you, what would you rather be doing than waiting in line to see the Rickmobile?
Eating a sandwich.
Eating a sandwich.
Eating a sandwich.
I could go for a sandwich myself. I am getting quite noshy. That is a good answer. And how long have you been a Rick, I guess, enthusiast?
A year and a half.
A year and a half
Year
now.
and a
Okay. So you've been watching it for a year and a half now, and what can you say is the most touching part of the whole show for you? What would you say is what you appreciate the most personally about the show? What's your favorite thing about it?
The fact that they can cover, like some complex shit. It gets really deep, and not a lot of other stuff like cartoons and stuff do that. They just kind of come up with random shit after a while, and it gets really old and recycled. But they come up with these crazy ideas, and they just go so far with them, and then they keep it consistent.
I thought they were going to kind of do that after the we're doing the Inception thing, or we're doing the we're making fun of the Purge now. But I'm really appreciative of the fact that they never just let it become that from then on. It's
Right.
like we're doing it now because it's funny and it's relevant kind of thing. So I agree with you. It's definitely very, very much on the up and up in that sense. Thank you so much for your time. What was your name again?
Alec.
Alec, it's a pleasure to meet you, and thank you so much for your time.
I just want to say one thing. Catch the Cold Killer Files on YouTube, guys.
Catch them.
Pretty cool show.
Catch them.
Are you into that kind of shit?
More elusive than Pokemon, those bitches. I seem to have found someone's blood. It seems that we found a little bit of DNA that we might be able to use in some of our experiments. I'd lick it, but my mother told me not to put my tongue near strange substances that I find on the street corners. The line is still long. Their time is short. Hope to God they get in. All of you poor, sad, sad people. It's quite all right, though. It's quite all right. Because I've done my own personal research for all of you, see. All of you who think that you're such big fans of this show, but you can't even show me how to do the dance. You don't want to teach a newcomer how to do the dance. So here it is. Here it is, my rendition. Right next to this woman trying to have a phone conversation. That's right. I'm doing it right here. I'm going to show you all my let me out interpretive dance. This is what I got out of what I learned today at Rick and Morty Con, for lack of a better term. Let me out! Let me out! This is not a dance! I'm begging for help! I'm screaming for help! Please come let me out! Let me out! Let me out! This is not a dance! I'm begging for help! I'm screaming for help! Please come let me out! I'm dying in a van in the garage! Yeah! That's how you Rick! That is how you Rick and Morty! That is how you fan out! We don't have all that fancy schmancy bullshit yet, but thank you. We will get on that, don't you worry. Yeah, my ears work. There's not too much makeup in them. So what is it like? What is it like to know what it's like to be... Hello, how are you? How is it feel to be the equivalent of cattle right now, exactly?
The equivalent of cattle? Pretty cool.
Yeah, you enjoying the experience? They aren't making you pay for this, are they? Just standing here. Okay. As long as you're getting a free ride, then. What about anybody else? Does anybody else want to let me know how it feels to be a human cow right now? What is it like to be a human cow?
Really hot.
Really hot. I agree. Why do you think I'm not wearing a shirt? We're back on location with our old dear friend, the Sandwich Man. And I was wondering, now that hours have gone by, have you changed your mind about that said sandwich?
If I could have done all this with a sandwich, that would have been awesome.
Wow. Talk about dedication. Not only to Rick and Morty, but also to hallelujah, to the deliciosity of sandwiches. Mm-hmm. He will not... What kind of sandwich even would it be, dare I ask? I can't believe I didn't ask you that before.
Yeah, just take some Italian bread, some pepper jack cheese.
Ooh, pepper jack cheese. Yeah, that's
beef.
Nice. Roast beef. I like that.
Maybe some ranch. Just load it up. Just load that bastard up.
That sounds really, really good right about now. I could really go for that. That sounds delicious, filling, and refreshing. Mm-hmm. All three. To join me in doing the Let Me Out dance. Do you know the Let Me Out dance? You call yourself a Rick and Morty fan?
I don't actually. I know what you're talking about, but I don't.
My God. All right. Well, I just watched the video on it. I will show you how it's done. I will show all of you non-actual fans how it is done. The Rick and Morty dance. Here it comes. Let me out now. Let me out. Let me out. This is not a dance. I'm screaming for help. I'm begging for help. Please come let me out. Let me out. Let me out. This is not a dance. I'm begging for help. I'm screaming for help. Please come let me out. I'm dying in a van in the garage. That's how you Rick and Morty. That's how you do it. That is the let me out dance. I'm sweating all of my paint off. I can't do this. Yes. Just getting through the masses. All these poor souls stuck waiting. Wondering, when did you get here today, sir?
Got here like at 12.
12 o'clock. Right when it started, when it started.
It was closer to 11:30.
Okay. How's that thing working for you?
Very good.
Good. Here we are, about to close on the day. Just getting up close and personal and giving ourselves a chance to get near this humanoid van bus deal. I'm not even sure what it is, honestly. But here we are, and here it is. The great and far too pronounced, too big of a deal made about it. It's just a car. It's not even that cool, really. I don't see the big deal. Maybe somebody can tell me what the big deal is before we sign off. Can anybody tell me what the big deal is about this humanoid car here? Does anybody have any idea what the big deal is? What's the hubbub about this?
Dude, Rick is God. He's the God. He could either save or destroy planets.
Do you know the Let Me Out dance?
Yeah, I do.
Can you do it for us right now? Where were you 5 minutes ago?
Where were you 5 minutes ago?
He is good. He is good. If you could embarrass yourself for us and the video members of the audience.
That's a pretty long.
I'll do it with you. It's not really that long. I just did it twice, and it only took me about 5 minutes. Yeah.
You do it one time.
All right, I'll do it
and
one
then I'll
time
do it.
for you, and then you can jump in on the second time. All right. Okay. All right. We finally got some participation here, folks. Here we go. Let me out. Let me out. This is not a dance. I'm begging for help. I'm screaming for help. Please come let me out. Let me out. Come on, let me out. This is not a dance. I'm begging for help. I'm screaming for help. Please come let me out. I'm dying in a van in the garage. Tiny Rick. Tiny Rick. Woo! I wasn't expecting that much of an applause. Thank you all so much. We did it, folks. We managed to catch him in between dimensional rifts, and we found the real deal. Mr. One and Only, the man that is the first name in the whole entire show, Rick of Rick and Morty. Rick, Why don't you tell us a little bit, how did you get started in this science business in the first place anyway?
Let's see, my grandson kind of roped me into it. He's always getting into trouble, needs someone to keep an eye on him. Jerry's of no help whatsoever. He's an idiot.
I absolutely agree. He's a complete and utter buffoon.
So, yeah, it was just out of compulsion just to kind of look after Morty. Somebody had to do it. Jerry was dropping the ball.
Yeah, he didn't even have the ball to begin with. Really. I don't know even how he schlepped it in there. Well, thank you so much for making a wonderful show. Thank you so much for creating so much antics for Morty to get into on a regular basis. Could you maybe by any chance do the Let Me Out dance like I just did over there a moment ago? Or you think it might mess up your head?
Yeah, the head.
You know what? I won't ask too much of you. Again, thank you so much for your time. Always a pleasure to meet a fellow scientific mind. Here we are, signing off at the Rick Mobile. Thank you all for having us. We'll see you next time. Ed Von Ded, peace and love and all that blood.